I'm Kayla from Portland, Oregon. I was 16 years old when this happened. My parents had gone out for their anniversary dinner, leaving me home alone. We live in one of those super boring suburbs where everyone is always up in everyone else's business. It's totally safe, though. Like, nothing ever happens here. Whipped up some food for myself and chilled on the couch watching Netflix. It was getting a little dull around 9:30, so I headed to my room to just mess around on my phone. About half an hour went by and I was starting to get sleepy. My eyes glanced over at my window, just as the motion light in the backyard flipped on. We have this sensor light that only turns on if something moves out there. I peeked out the window, just in case, but I didn't see a thing. I went back to my phone. Seconds later, the light went out again and then flickered back on. I thought that was odd. The timing felt weird. It was really slow and felt on purpose, like someone was screwing up right past where the light could hit. I got back up and checked out the window again. Everything seemed normal, except for the lights that kept going on and off without any reason. My stomach started doing flips. I went downstairs and made sure all the doors were locked. I peered out the back slider and saw a shadow move past where the light hit. Someone's out there. I texted my dad and told him about the motion light. He texted back immediately and told me not to look outside. Kayla, seriously, get away from the windows and keep it down. Don't turn on any lights downstairs. Mom and I are bailing on the restaurant right now and we'll be home in 20 minutes, tops.
Dad, you're freaking me out.
Just relax, hon. We'll be there soon. But seriously, how was I supposed to relax when he was telling me to keep it down and not even glance outside? What did he think was lurking out there? Anyway, flicked off all the downstairs lights, like he told me, and headed back up to my room. I sat there on my bed in the dark. Outside, the motion light kept turning on and off. I tried to just tune it out by getting lost on my phone, but I couldn't stop the creeps rising up my spine when I knew there was someone out there. And even though my dad told me not to look, I was seriously dying of curiosity. I had to see what was going on. I tiptoed over to the window and hid to the side. The light was still off. I hung out for a second, waiting for it to flip on, and then I pulled the curtain back enough to get a peek at the yard. First, it was just my dark, empty yard. The grass was blowing in the wind, and so were the trees along the fence. I was about to drop the curtain when it popped back on. This time, a guy was standing there, smack right in the middle of the yard. He had to be around 7 feet tall, and he was still as a statue, staring directly at my window. I knew it was only a matter of time before he got to my window. I squeezed my eyes shut and just started praying my parents would get here before he did. I could hear footsteps coming closer, then stopping right outside my window. I slowly slid the curtain and peeked out, but no one was out there anymore. The empty yard stood alone. I was confused. Did he leave? I watched the yard, almost like I was looking for him, but couldn't spot any movement. I looked up, I don't know why, and the man was hanging by the window shade like a monkey, with a grin. His eyes never blinked. For a good amount of time, he hung there without any difficulty, and then dropped down on the ground, which was probably a few inches for him. He then rested both of his palms on the glass and brought his face so close to the glass that his smushed face appeared even more disturbing. I screamed and started crawling back on the floor because my legs forgot to run. The man kept touching and rubbing the glass like it was all meant for me. Then he took out his huge tongue and kept licking the glass up and down without breaking eye contact with me. I started crying, desperately waiting for my parents to come back, but the wait was long. For the next 10 minutes, the man kept circling the house, trying every door and window he could find. One thing was for sure, he was dying to get inside the house. When he started kicking and punching the back door, I lost all hope to get out of the situation without getting hurt. But suddenly, the cop car's sirens echoed. The man didn't wait a second. He vanished into the darkness, just like he came. My dad filed a report. The cops found footprints all around the house, but the man was never caught, and he never came back. As a woman, I now know what his gestures or behavior meant. But even back then, as a young teenager, I knew he wanted something from me. Something that wouldn't be consensual, from my side at least.